Yankees fans are screaming from the rooftops. We need a third baseman. Internal options not on the table. We need a third baseman. Okay. Well, it's in the news that the New York Yankees have reengaged with the Cardinals on a Nolan Arenado trade. Now the Red Sox and the Dodgers have also reengaged with the Cardinals on a Nolan Arenado trade. So the Yankees are not the only team in on him by any stretch. But that's who the Yankees are looking at right now. And then you have those same Yankee fans who are screaming for a third baseman. They don't want Arenado either. Then who the hell, if you don't want to do it internally and you don't want Arenado, who the hell do you want? Like, it has to make a little, you have to just kind of meet halfway a little bit. Brian Cashman on Hot Stove mentioned it too. He's like, listen, we're exploring external options, and if something pops up, we're going to check it out. And he's not against putting Jazz at third base. So if a second baseman pops up that they like, great. But he also did say that when they acquired Jazz, and I knew this from the jump, when they acquired Jazz, it was to put him at second, but Glaber didn't want to play third base. So Jazz was supposed to play second, and Glaber was supposed to shift over and play third. The Yankees getting Arenado, is that the right move? Is that a good fit? Well, he's friends with Judge, he's friends with Goldschmidt. Okay, great, he's friends with people. Now, Arenado, what did he do last year? He hit .272, 16 home runs, 71 RBI, with a .719 OPS. 6 defensive runs saved, 9 outs above average. This year, he will make $21 million. Next season, he'll make $16 million. And in 2027, he will make $15. The Cardinals' unwillingness to eat some of Arenado's contract is where this gets difficult. They don't want to take on Stroman. They made that very apparent when the Yankees tried offering Stroman for Arenado straight up, and the Cardinals said no. So if they're not taking on Stroman and they're not eating money, that's where I don't think it's really a match for the Yankees, just because the money part. But you have to look at it this way too. The Yankees do have money coming off these next few years, right? So if you bring in a guy like Arenado, and if you could be creative, if you bring in a guy like Arenado, take on his whole thing, and then you're able to move Stroman, let's say, to Miami. I'm seeing that a little bit. Move Stroman to Miami, and because Miami has to freaking spend some money, right? Or else they're going to get freaking flagged. So they have to spend some money. So they need pitching, which they do. They just traded Luzardo away. They need pitching. Go get Stro. Take on his $18 million. That's $18 million off the Yankees' hands. And if the Marlins don't want to get in trouble from Major League Baseball, well, guess what? Take Stroman. You spent some money this offseason. Bada bing, bada boom. It helps both teams out. The Yankees get their third baseman in Arenado, which they would take on his whole deal. The good thing also, if that did happen, I'm not saying it should, I'm saying if it did. If the Yankees were to take on that $21 million and offload that $18 million of Stroman's contract elsewhere, you add on $3 million onto your payroll, okay? Well, next year, Arenado's making 16. Giancarlo Stanton's contract goes down to 29 rather, and you have Miami paying 10 of that. So the Yankees are only paying $19 million of Giancarlo's money next year. So Giancarlo goes from making 32 on the Yankees payroll to 19. And then Goldschmidt becomes a free agent. So it really makes this Arenado contract, in my opinion, a little more palatable, if you will. But you don't want to run into the same situation that you're in with LeMahieu by getting an aging third baseman who has showed signs of offensive regression. Defensively, he's one of the best. Still is. Offensively, he's dipped a bit. So if the Yankees are able to somehow, some way, unload Stroman's contract and not take on any money and add Arenado, that's where it makes a lot of sense to me. Other than that, it doesn't make sense. Might as well just solve it internally. I'm seeing Nico Horner's name being thrown around. And then a Cubs insider said, yo, you want Nico Horner? We want Clark Schmidt. And people are saying, yeah, right. Well, you got to give something up to get something, I guess. And I don't even want Horner anyway. He's a lot of money and he has virtually no pop whatsoever. Not a bad ball player. 270 like Nolan Arenado, his batting average. Same friggin' thing. He's a little cheaper. But I'd rather just solve it internally. Like I said yesterday in my video. Figure it out with Peraza, with Cabrera. That Cashman mentioned Peraza's name once again, damn it! If you didn't watch that video, check that out. Me talking about Peraza and saying why Yankees fans should at least give him a chance and embrace him one last time. Give him that opportunity, because last year he had one hell of a season. He had one hell of a second half. Peraza, he did. Obviously, big Peraza fan here, so I would love to see him at least get an opportunity. And if it doesn't work out, then you make a move mid-season or May even, and you make a move and you go get your third baseman or second baseman. But they might do this internally, guys. I don't think Bregman's on the menu either. I don't think Bregman's on the menu. You're asking the Yankees to do way too much there, adding a $30 million third baseman. A guy who a lot of people feel Yankee Stadium is not a fit for him. So if that's the case, look at when the Yankees acquired Verdugo. His numbers dropped drastically. His OPS dropped by like 100 points. People want Luis Ariz. Well, the same thing's going to happen to Ariz if we go get him from San Diego. Line drive hitter, that's not good in Yankee Stadium. That's not good at all. The Yankees being in on Arenado, I'm not totally against it. I think it does make sense, but Stroman has to go. You have to unload that money. You have to. If you can't unload Stroman's contract, St. Louis has to eat Arenado's deal, at least some of it. If they can't, you move on. But the Yankees and the Cardinals have reengaged over Nolan Arenado deal. I'll keep you guys updated on what the heck happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Joe, and until next time, signing out.